What's up, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, June 24th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. When I said 24 twice, it kind of like threw me off a little bit, not gonna lie. I was like in my head while the intro was rolling, like, yeah, the date. And then saying it was just like 24, 24, 6, 6, double Venus, and then a 6. Okay, anyways, let's look at the astrology for this Monday. Interesting day with the moon in Aquarius. Definitely, I think it's weird because it's Cancer season, and I think there is a lot of emotion in the air. There's a lot of feeling. There's a lot of different. This feels good. This feels comfortable. And then there's this moon in Aquarius that's kind of like, well, I don't know what I feel. Or it really has to kind of take some solitude, some alone time to kind of feel what it's feeling and to understand it, at least to find like the intellectual understanding of it. That moon's going to start off the day in a trine with Jupiter, which I think is kind of a vibe. So I do feel like the day kind of starts off feeling, you could feel really grateful, really abundant, really like blessed in a lot of ways. Having sort of that understanding, but I do think as like you come through the day, it just gets a little, it's like a little back and forth, like of trying to understand. Maybe Jupiter's kind of like throwing a lot of things out there for us to feel and like see different truth and come to different understandings of things, but it's like amplifying this sort of I don't know yet energy that needs to, maybe it almost feels reclusive in a sense, like having to do your own thing, kind of do you, especially coming off Pluto late last night. It's like really trying to process a lot of the deeper desire and emotion that is going on. And I think there's a lot of emotion going on. It's just hard to maybe really mentally grasp it or how to express it. And then the moon's gonna come off the quincunx to the sun. It's gonna quincunx Venus in Cancer. And that's where I just think too, it's trying to understand things with people. It's trying to understand itself. It's trying to I think this moon wants all the answers. Like it wants the knowledge. It wants to really like have the insight, and it's finding it, but it's like having to navigate some weird emotion to and try to understand it. And that's where it's kind of like a little disconnected, but also maybe very connected. The moon is midday gonna trine the south node and then sextile the north node. And with that, I would say that's where we start to see a shift is in the afternoon because we start to make aspects of the south node, the north node, and that could, I feel like, break people out of sort of maybe hermit mode or trying to do their own thing and really want to be out and connect and do things with other people. And could definitely kind of, you could see Monday kind of take a interesting turn of like kind of up and down, up in the morning to in the midday, just like, ooh, not sure, trying to understand this, but then figuring it out and then being able to kind of express. And if the node, doesn't do it, then the square to Mars and Taurus most definitely will, because that's going to activate and just kind of kick this, whatever's going on inside and the emotions and the feelings being felt, it's going to kind of kick it out. And that's where you're going to see, you know, you're going to see something like you're going to see the emotion trigger some kind of anger or upset, or it's going to trigger you to go out and connect and celebrate life with friends and kind of go do things. And so you kind of get a good look at Monday, like kind of how maybe the week's going to feel, or kind of how you're doing post the full moon in Capricorn, because it's kind of going to let you see how solid you are and how you can express your solidarity within oneself and how you can connect and kind of look at the bright side of things and have a good time. So very interesting square to Mars, kind of like triggering maybe some self-worth things, or also really feeling confident. And I do think that with Venus and Mars still in their sextile, confidence is there. It's right there for the taking. You just got to like feel yourself, feel good, feel confident. And I think that can really up our morale, and there can be a lot of charismatic energy in the air too. So definitely interesting astrology, because it can be very hermity, very kind of like individual, kind of doing its own thing. And then at the same token, it can really like start that way, or have, it can be a little bit of both. kind of like really wanting to be around friends, around the homies, around like-minded energy, and like see where things are progressing and go do something and switch things up. And then also kind of like still trying to understand certain things. So depending on where you're at, like if you're still trying to figure out some emotion and stuff, today's a good day to figure these feelings out and take time to yourself. You know, you don't have to go do something just to go do it. You know, try and make sure it's really something that you're in alignment with and vibing with. And then likewise, if you're feeling like you're trying to go catch a vibe with some other people, like I like the energy for like getting out and doing something with people and doing something that feels good and expressing yourself and, you know, trying your best to. But that I feel like what do you know? Ooh, let's knock that over. I don't know. It's just like how do you be really unique to yourself and don't feel like you have to force something out, but also if it's right there, you got to put it out there, you know? You got to use that confidence and that charisma to show it and could be very positive in that aspect as well. So, pretty it's not like really good or bad. Like it feels very neutral today, but it can still be kind of a weird roller coaster that can upset, can also kind of make us want to step out of comfort zones, which can be fun and exciting. So try and see what you need today and you know, take the best step forward for what's going to be best for you. Whether that's some alone time or some friend time or some lover time or some whatever. Pretty cool. I think if you definitely feel good, it's a time to go, you know, go show it off. And if you don't feel good, it's okay to like sit back and figure out why. It's okay to come to your own understanding, and maybe you can't come to your understanding, you know, with a bunch of other energy around. Maybe you need to really like sit in your energy to understand things. But I have a feeling that Mars is going to give us, it's going to activate sort of the emotional aha moment, and I think that'll be helpful one way or another, even if maybe it might not feel like it right away. The Two of Cups in reverse. Man, I'm sick of pulling that card in reverse. um, Probably, you know, relationship stuff. I feel like it's just it is riddled in the astrology and like what are you gonna do? You know, you can't put your happiness in someone else's hands. Like you just gotta be you, feel like you're, you know, the divine energy that you need, and not, you know, need another energy to get your rocks off, you know, right? The strip club. But look at that, dude. That's like soulmate shit. Like the old couple at the strip club. It's so fun. You know? I think no matter what, you know, we have to show love to the people we love and not worry about how it looks. And, you know, that's the other thing too. And not, you know, expect things or need things to be so, you know, cookie cutter all the times. All the time. So, what else? Ace of Swords, been pulling that one a lot too. Divorce. Man, Two of Cups in reverse and then a card that says divorce on it. The Mars square the moon in a very cold sign of Aquarius. I mean, there's probably some like relationship tension out there somewhere and hey, you got to do what you got to do. Like we are in times right now where you have to assert yourself and really like take the lead role and if you're not happy, you're not happy with something. So, something to consider, you know, if you're not feeling like a really strong connection, don't do it. You know, that's the other thing, whether it's romantically or just in life. Like, when you know your way and you know your feelings and you know what you want, just stick to that. Be your own, you know, divine energy. Do what you got to do. So, interesting cards. Interesting day. It's always interesting, though. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when I pull these charts up, I'm like, can make for an interesting day. And sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, you know? So, hope that you have a great one no matter what happens. And I love and appreciate you all. Happy Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.